Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gam and I'm a second year PA student from Chapman University. So come join me for my last week of school ever as a PA student. Good morning everyone and welcome to my last week as a PA student. Holy crap. It's so hard to believe that 2 years has absolutely flown by when you get into PA school.
Each day feels so long, yet so short at the same time, and eventually, somehow,
2 years flashed by. I've learned so much, yet I feel like there's still so much to learn. This last week, I'm trying to soak up every single moment with, my classmates that I've known over the past 2 years. I've gotten very close to my roommates that I'm living with. A few of us are moving out, so that's also bittersweet. So this week is about, again, cramming, because that's the best that we do as PA students. We always cram. We have some clinical skills left. We have our last end of curriculum, final big exam, and then graduation. And some days in between that are for relaxing, studying, and then also spending time with friends. So again, I'm gonna try to soak up every single last moment of being a PA student, because I feel like that took up my entire personality for the past 2 years. My program has 9 rotations, which means 9 EORs, and my last rotation was in emergency medicine, so that's the exam I'm taking today. Let's get ready, let's have some breakfast, study a little bit before heading to school and taking my last EOR ever. Alright, so I have my breakfast, my coffee, my water, and a half of a cream cheese Danish here. I'm gonna do some last minute studying for the exam, just reviewing some notes of what I got wrong before. I don't like to get too crazy studying before the exam just because I'll get fatigued by the time the actual exam comes, but this coffee is an absolute must right now. I could not sleep last night, so this is gonna have to power me throughout today. So let's get a little bit of studying done before the exam. We're done! Yay! Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the steam. The Yelp photos did this injustice. That looks huge. This is our crazy Friday night, guys. Some Twilight, a Gudetama puzzle.
Look at his butt.
Oh my god, look at his cheeks.
That's a good butt.
One movie down, and we have done
The corners.
the corners, the edges, almost done with the edges. Now for part 2, arguably the best movie of the series. So good. Good evening, everyone. It is almost 3 in the morning. We stayed up way too late, going way too crazy, partying, watching Twilight, and doing a puzzle in our living room. Honestly, I know, crazy night for a Friday. So it is T-minus 1 week until I graduate. It was just so surreal being done with everything today, but this is the start of the end for real now. We had a few talks today on, the business of becoming a PA, doing your licensing, how to negotiate your first contract, how to manage your finances as a PA, how to pay off student loans. It was all so real. It started to feel a little bit too real. I feel like we've been living in this little PA bubble, and now we're getting put back into the real world, and I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, but I'm gonna try to focus on one thing at a time. So we just passed the EOR. Next thing is clinical skills. We're gonna try and study for that at the end of this weekend, but for now I just want to relax and enjoy the fact that we finished all 9 out of 9 of our EORs. But for now, I'll say good night to you, and I'll see you on the next day. Tell me you're in PA school without telling me you're in PA school. You have these at home. So we have our clinical skills exam tomorrow. I believe it's suturing. We'll see. But we're doing a whole bunch of different types of sutures. We're doing simple interrupted, deep dermal, running sub-Q. We even bought some pig's feet that we're gonna practice on. So hopefully that'll be more realistic than this rubber styrofoam thing. So far, it's, it's going. It's a work in progress. Work in progress for sure.
Never touch the needle.
Never touch the needle. Don't let the needle touch you either.
Don't let the needle push
No
you
means
around.
No. Okay, well, I know you're not supposed to see dimpling, but just pretend you don't see that.
Well, this
That's
is
fine.
because this
is a different
this
texture.
Is very hard.
All right, we set up our island table. for suturing here.
Just don't touch it.
We used disposable suturing material to practice on our pig's feet. I also got some sterile gloves to practice putting on and off. And oh my goodness, are you even a student if you don't struggle putting on gloves? For this laceration, I'm doing simple interrupted sutures, but we also practice deep dermal and running sub-Q as well. I would definitely recommend getting pig's feet for anyone practicing suturing, since this was so much better than the rubber kits that we practiced on before. I also wanted to see how long I took for each suture, since we were told we would only have 15 minutes to do the skill.
Oh, she's
45 seconds.
45 seconds.
At this point, I was really glad that my last rotation was emergency medicine, since I got to do a lot of laceration repairs with simple interrupted sutures, and that really boosted my confidence in doing this super fast. Nelly, show your sutures. Wow, they're really nice. You can't even see
You can't even see where it is.
skill. It
Look at
blends
that.
in.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy official start of the last week of PA school ever. Today we have our clinical skills exam. I'm gonna go downstairs, make some breakfast. The fit today is our scrubs with our white coats, and it's gonna be one of our last times in the holding tank. So the holding tank is basically where all the students stay while we wait to be evaluated, whether that be a patient simulation, clinical skills, anything like that. And it's given us so much trauma the past 2 years being in a hold the tank, because you can't have any of your electronics. All you can do is either study or talk to your friends, which is what I do, because studying that last minute, really honestly, like nothing will stick in your brain. To keep myself occupied, I'm bringing PANCE pep pearls and then some crochet as well, just in case I get bored and I don't want to study anymore. I feel pretty confident about suturing after our practice on pig's feet yesterday, but while I eat breakfast today, I'm just going to briefly review like how to do a pap smear, how to do a urinary cath, how to start an IV, just in case those are other options that they make us do as well, because anything is fair game at this point. So I just want to make sure that that knowledge is fresh and in my brain. All right, let's go to campus and let's go to our last time in the holding tank today. We are back home, and of course, after every single clinical assessment, you always think about what could have gone better, what you could have done better, and what went wrong. If I need to remediate, I feel like a clinical skills remediation isn't as bad as an exam remediation or anything like that. But at this point, there's nothing else that we can do besides wait for the results, which will come out later today. For the rest of the day, though, we're going to try studying for the end of curriculum exam, which is 2 days from now. But at least we did it. We finished another part of our final cumulative assessments there. I can feel proud that at least I did that and I tried my best, and now at least I know what to improve on in the future if I do need to remediate. Fingers crossed I don't, but if I do, I definitely know what I did wrong and I definitely know what I can do to improve better. But for now, all we can do is study for the EOC. Before we get to studying though, I do want to make a vague-ish study plan and then also set up my planner for the week. So if you haven't watched my last video, I set up this beauty, my Hobonichi weeks, and then also on my TikTok and YouTube shorts, I posted a weekly update. So I haven't set up my Hobonichi weeks for this week yet. This was last week's, and this week is completely blank. So let's do this real quick too, as a quick study break, but also prepping for the rest of this week. I've always been a big planner girly, but this is my first time using the Hobonichi weeks. Those of you who have followed my channel for a while know that I was a big fan of bullet journaling, but since starting PA school, I felt that I had no time, yet I still wanted some leeway to personalize my planner, so I felt like the Hobonichi weeks was a great balance of functionality, but also customizability. So this planner has been really fun for me to set up every week, since I get to put down my appointments for the week, my daily to-dos, my running weekly to-do, keep track of my habits, and then also reflect with a weekly prompt. We're uploading our results of our OSCE as I'm doing this. So quick break to check my results. Congrats, you have met the competency benchmark for the summative OSCE. We passed. We passed! Yay! Okay, we passed. All right, so that's a weight off of our shoulders there. So now we'll just have to see the results of this clinical exam skills to see if we pass our assessments and we don't need to remediate anything. And here is the final look. What do you guys think? Very festive for sure. I even filled in some stuff. So at least now I had a mini little self-care activity squeezed in for today after a very stressful morning. So yeah, now it's time to officially get studying. Finally opening up this book for the first time in like 2 years. I think it's a good thing to review at the very end once you've already finished learning everything, because at this point, you know, we're finished with rotations and, you know, most of this we know already. It's just the fact that I have to review it again and bring it up into my brain. But what I've been doing is sort of just reading through this, each condition, and then brain dumping everything that I know about the condition on these pieces of paper. You can also do, I have an iPad, but I find that writing on paper with my favorite pens is the best for me in terms of feedback. And especially for endocrine disorders, it's very common to have like either too much of something or too little of something. So like hyperthyroidism versus hypothyroidism, or type 1 diabetes versus type 2 diabetes, DKA versus HHS, SIADH versus DI. So there's a lot of like comparisons. So especially for endocrinology, I feel like creating Venn diagrams and writing every single thing that you know about each of them definitely helps. And it also helps test your knowledge too in terms of like retention, because I feel like it's very easy for you to read that and be like, oh yeah, I know it, I knew that. But if you start on a blank sheet of paper and you write down what you know, you'll realize like, oh wait, I forgot about that, and oh wait, I forgot about this too. I don't know how long I can continue studying like this for, but in terms of using this book, it's most important for me to cover endocrinology, OB-GYN, dermatology, and I forget if they have like a pediatric section, because those like 4 topics are my weak points. I'd rather get the difficult part done first, and then if I have time, then I'll circle back to my stronger points, especially towards the end where my motivation to study is at an all-time low. I really want to dedicate my motivation and my you know, top performance to the places that I'm the weakest at, even though it really sucks not knowing anything about this topic. Well, not anything, I know a few things, it's just I know it a little bit less than any other topics. All of this is also in preparation for the PANCE as well. It's just the PANCE I'm not taking for a whole nother month, and that'll be a whole separate video. So right now currently I'm trying to just hit all of my weak points a little bit before the EOC, and then hopefully after I get my results from the EOC, that'll also help further guide my studying for the PANCE too. All right, that's enough chit-chatting, that's enough yapping. Time to get back to studying electrolyte disorders. I spent the next 2 days reading over my weak points, writing down everything I knew about each condition, and testing myself to see which things I forgot, like diagnostic testing or certain antibiotics. My mom also flew in during this time, so it was a very welcomed study break to go out to eat with her, and it was so nice to have her make me food while I was studying. I also made sure to do some Rosh and New World questions and making Anki cards from any concepts that I may have missed while answering questions. I found that this study method has worked the best for me, but of course it's not the only study method. So I also looked through study guides that I found online, do other people's Quizlets here and there too. I found that this study method has worked the best for me so far in my 2 years of studying, but let me know if you have any other techniques or tips for other PA students out there, because I'd love to hear about them. Hello friends, I just finished the longest exam of my life. For those who don't know, the EOC consists of 300 questions over 5 hours, so it's like 60 questions for 60 minutes, and you get like 10-minute breaks in between if you want them. Usually I don't take the full 60 minutes to do 60 questions, so I actually take unscheduled breaks along with my scheduled break, so it ends up being like a pretty extended break. I was doing good for the first like 180 questions, and then the last 2 sections of the exam were just like so tough mentally because I was so exhausted. Like I need to build up my testing stamina for sure, but the exam was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I've heard like end of rotation exams around here, PACRAT is up here, and then I think EOC PANCE is like right in the middle. So it wasn't as hard as the PACRAT that we took a few weeks ago, but it's also not as easy as the end of rotation exam. There was definitely questions that I knew for sure, other questions that I was like, no matter how hard I studied, I would have never like gotten this question. So I don't know, it's a give and take. At least I know for, you know, the future, for when I do take the PANCE, what my study habits are, like when do I get hungry, when do I get tired, like how should I pace myself. I know that I never struggled with time, like running out of time for questions. And a lot of students, I don't think, run out of time. It's just practicing that endurance, practicing that testing stamina, and making sure that you're reading question number 300 the same way that you're reading question number 1. Still have yet to post the grades for the clinical exam skills. So I'm a bit nervous about that. I might need to remediate tomorrow. I don't know. Wait, okay, so I just checked my email and I got notified that I passed the clinical skills exam. Yay! So thankfully, I do not have to remediate tomorrow. I can fully take tomorrow off, and the next thing for sure is graduation. Oh my gosh, I'm so relieved because I thought I messed up the clinical skills literally so bad. And of course, everyone always freaks out afterwards, but while we're doing our debrief, I was like, oh my god, I did that wrong, and I did that wrong, and I forgot to do that. So like, whew, holy crap, a weight is off my shoulders. We can finally eat in peace. I can eat dinner in peace tonight. I can sleep in peace tonight. I'm gonna have the best sleep of my life tonight, the best day of my life tomorrow, and then graduation on Friday. Gorgeous, gorgeous sunset after we finish our exam.
Last day of PANCE.
After our brutal 5-hour exam, my mom treated us to Korean barbecue. If you haven't tried baekjeon in Irvine, it is seriously so good. I think they have a few other locations, but I just loved everything here. We also went to go get boba, and of course we had to finish the night off with our puzzle, which we had actually a lot of progress done over the last 5 days. It was so nice to have one final last puzzle to do as a house since we absolutely love puzzles. We're down to the last, what? 1, 2, 3, 6 pieces?
Oh my god. Oh my god, we're getting so close.
Oh! How many days? Like 2?
2 or 3 days.
Oh my god. This is our first puzzle with no missing pieces. Highlight of the week.
Not graduating PANCE. Who cares? But in a puzzle.
We did it.
I would like to raise a toast to the class of 2024. You have worked so hard. We're so proud of you, and here's to your future. Congratulations.
Cheers. Cheers. Why are you crying?
Why are you looking me?
Oh, it's okay. After our mini celebration, I took my family to Newport Beach to enjoy some ice cream and the California sunshine, and we then went to South Coast Plaza to shop around and look at the pretty Christmas decorations while waiting for our dinner reservation at Din Tai Fung. This was our first time trying Din Tai Fung, and best believe we'll be back because it was so delicious. Oh my goodness. As I finish this video off, I can't help but reminisce on the first day this journey began in January of 2023, and now it's ending at the end of 2024. I still remember the first day of school, our first quiz, our first time trying on our scrubs, and there have been so many countless late night study sessions, including one where we had to store a literal potato in our pockets as a snack. It was tough hopping from rotation to rotation every 5 weeks, going through a total of 9 different specialties. I've made so many lifelong memories that show PA students can still have fun while fighting for our lives for the past 2 years. I've met the most amazing people and learned more than I ever thought I could learn during PA school. I'm so grateful to everyone and everything that have gotten me this far, and I can't wait for what the future holds. If anyone watching this is also a PA student, or aspiring pre-PA student, cheers to our wonderful career in medicine as a physician assistant. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.